Commander Cracks, Head Combat Instructor at Centea Military Academy. Date: Standard Galactic Year 3457. And now, they expect us to train humans. Has the High Command lost their minds? I growled, pacing across my office aboard Space Station Atlas 7. The pristine metal walls reflected my agitation as my secondary arms twitched with frustration. My third eye kept darting to the stack of transfer orders on my desk, each bearing the seal of the Galactic Defense Force. Let me tell you something about humans. They look ridiculous. No protective exoskeleton, no secondary limbs. Their bones are pure calcium, not even reinforced with proper metals, like every other sentient species. When the integration order came through, I thought it was a practical joke from my old academy buddy, Admiral KNX. But no, here I stood in my state-of-the-art training facility, preparing to welcome the first batch of recruits to the most prestigious combat training program in the galaxy. The Centea Military Academy had produced the finest warriors across 12 galaxies for over 10,000 years. Our graduates commanded battleships that could shatter planets. Our combat specialists had ended wars before they began. Commander, Lieutenant PX interrupted my brooding. The human transport has cleared final decontamination. I flicked my primary antenna in acknowledgement. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Did they remember to pack their gravity compensators? Or should we reduce our standard 3G environment to accommodate their fragile forms? PX's scales shifted to an embarrassed purple. Sir, they declined the gravity compensation offers. They what? I stopped pacing. My ridged spines rose in surprise. Do they have a death wish? Even the Carrick use compensators in our training facilities. The transport's arrival alert echoed through the station. Through the reinforced viewing panels, I watched the sleek vessel dock with our primary bay. It looked comically small next to our standard troop carriers. The humans had adapted one of their civilian ships for military transport, claiming it was more, what was their word, cost-effective. Gather the current class, I ordered PX. Let them see what the High Command has saddled us with. And make sure Medical Bay 6 is prepped. I give these humans 2 hours before the gravity starts crushing their primitive cardiovascular systems. As I made my way to the docking bay, my mind wandered to the briefing files. The human military had achieved some minor victories in their sector, mostly against pirate bands and rogue mining operations. But this was the Centea Academy. We trained warriors who could punch through battleship armor with their bare hands. The integration program was supposed to strengthen diplomatic ties between Earth and the Galactic Alliance. In my opinion, we should have sent them some basic defense technology and called it a day. But no, some bright spark in command thought actual integration would show goodwill. The docking bay doors slid open with a satisfying hiss. My current class of cadets had assembled, all 40 of them, representing the finest species the galaxy had to offer. Tall, proud Andorians with their silicon-based muscle structures. Graceful Nexar, whose neural processing speed made them living weapons. Even a pair of Bronx warriors, their gravitational manipulation fields humming softly. Attention! My voice echoed across the bay. The cadets snapped to perfect formation, their various anatomies aligned with military precision. Today marks a historic moment. The first human recruits join our ranks. You will observe their capabilities, you will assess their weaknesses, and you will remember that the High Command, in their infinite wisdom, the airlock cycled. My words died in my throat as the first human stepped through. The entire assembly went silent, and I heard distinct clicking sounds as multiple cadets activated their visual enhancement feeds to make sure they were seeing correctly. Standing before us, without any visible life support or gravity compensation equipment, was what appeared to be the most unimpressive biped creature I had ever seen. And this was supposed to be the future of galactic military cooperation. I felt a headache building in all 3 of my brains. This was going to be a very long training cycle. Bennett's voice remained steady as he began firing. The qualification course erupted into motion. Barrier panels shifted, and target drones weaved through intricate patterns. The first target, a simulated gunship, appeared at long range. Bennett moved the Titan-class cannon, a weapon that had defeated countless warriors, with a smooth, practiced ease. The targeting system engaged with a high-pitched whine. Neural load exceeding safety parameters, the AI warned. Bennett fired. The blast of superheated plasma struck the target dead center, vaporizing its shields instantly. Without hesitation, he pivoted, tracking the next target. Another shot, another direct hit. "Look at his stance," Lieutenant PX exclaimed. "He's compensating for the recoil by using it." My professional instincts overrode my disbelief. Bennett wasn't resisting the weapon's massive recoil. He was letting it flow through his body, using the momentum to spin toward the next target. Two more appeared, weaving through holographic buildings. 2 shots, 2 perfect hits. The cannon's power core pulsed brighter with each discharge. Temperature approaching critical levels, the AI announced. Recommended cooldown period, 2 minutes. Bennett ignored the warning. The 5th target, a fast-moving drone, juked and spun erratically. The human tracked it with precision, waiting for the right moment before firing. The plasma bolt curved slightly, following the drone's trajectory and striking it from behind. "He's using magnetic field distortion to bend the shot," Zara muttered, her tentacles twitching in agitation. "That's a theoretical technique. It's never been successfully demonstrated." Target 6, 7, and 8 followed, each dispatched with increasing precision. The cannon's power core now blazed like a miniature sun. "Final targets deploying," the AI announced. "Maximum difficulty engaged." The last 2 targets appeared at opposite ends of the course, moving so quickly they were almost invisible. Standard combat doctrine dictated taking them one at a time, despite the time penalty. Instead, Bennett raised the cannon to his shoulder, adjusted his grip, and did the unthinkable. He fired at the wall. The plasma bolt struck the reinforced barrier at a precise angle, splitting into 2 streams of energy. Both curved around obstacles on the course, homing in on their targets from multiple angles. Both targets vaporized simultaneously. Qualification course complete, the AI declared into the stunned silence. Time, 17 seconds. New course record established. Previous record, 43 seconds, held by Grand Commander Nexos. Bennett gently returned the cannon to its pedestal, steam rising from the neural interface points where it had contacted his skin. The power core's glow gradually faded. "Thank you, sir," he said, stepping back into line. "Permission to return to ranks." I stared at him, struggling to maintain my composure. His vital signs showed elevated but stable readings. No broken bones, no neural damage, not even the microstructural tears in muscle tissue that most species suffered when handling the cannon. "How?" The question escaped me before I could regain proper instructor decorum. "That weapon requires at least 4 limbs to distribute the mass. The neural load alone should have overloaded your system. The recoil should have shattered every bone in your body." Bennett tilted his head thoughtfully. "Well, sir, humans don't distribute neural loads the same way other species do. Our nervous system might be primitive, but it's adaptable." As for the physical requirements, he shrugged. "I grew up on a 2G mining colony. This feels pretty normal." "A mining colony?" My third eye twitched involuntarily. "You're a miner?" "Yes, sir. 3rd-generation heavy equipment operator. Honestly, the cannon's not that different from the plasma drills we use for deep core extraction. Though I'll admit, your targeting system is much more responsive." The training hall was deathly silent as every cadet stared at the human who had casually rewritten everything we thought we knew about combat. Lieutenant PX cleared her throat. "Commander, should I update the qualification records?" I glanced at my datapad, full of historical combat footage and medical records from countless warriors who had failed to master the Titan-class cannon. Finally, I shook my head. No, Lieutenant, I said. Create a new category.